the reindeer chasing after the carrot, etc. So it seems to be cracking up audiences. You've got Old Boy, the remake of the 2003 Park Chan-wook film. This time it's done by Spike Lee, and it's got Josh Brolin in the lead role, which has been getting panned by critics, to be honest. This has had a really troubling time, this film getting put together and being brought to the screen. It's lost a load of actors, lost a couple of directors as well, so it's a troubling film. I really like the original Old Boy, and supposedly Josh Brolin in an interview said that Park Chan-wook gave praise to this film, even though it looks terrible. It's got Charlton Copley in it as well, and if you've seen the trailer, he does the high-pitched guy in the movie, and he's the one who kidnaps Josh Brolin's character, and he's supposedly the most miscast person ever in a film.
Right.
So you've got that, and then you've got Homefront, which is the new Sylvester Stallone written and directed film starring Jason Statham. Looks very generic, to be honest.
Right. Does that really surprise you?
Yeah, and then the biggest turkey of the year, it's the movie that's getting the lowest reviews, a theatrical release of the year, is a film called Getaway. It's got Selena Gomez in it and Ethan Hawke, and it's been, like I said, I think it's got a rating of like 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
How many movies over the years, ever since movies were first invented in caveman caves, many, many years ago, how many movies have been called Getaway?
Probably too many.
Yeah. Well, more than, let's say, 6?
Yeah.
would be too many.
Yeah.
It just seems like such a generic title for what is undoubtedly a very generic movie.
If you've seen the trailer, it looks beyond generic.
Oh, I hate that. I really, really do. There's even a PlayStation 2 game as well released called Getaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I definitely remember it too. Now,
speaking of PlayStation,
do you like what I did there?
Like that,
my little
yeah.
segue.
Now,
Cool. Speaking of PlayStation, unfortunately we don't have Al the Bald Gamer Dude on tonight to talk about the gaming world and all of the top news in the gaming world. But Stuart, you yourself are a gamer because of course this week you went out and picked up a PlayStation 4.
I did indeed.
Right, talk us through that. Did you obviously pre-ordered it? Did you what shop did you pre-order it from? Did you have to go down to the shop to pick it up? Was it delivered to your door?
did you save up your money?
Yeah, I can just imagine Stuart showing up with like a gigantic box of pennies and just going, "Is this enough?"
Well, I man, it's enough. No, I didn't save up my pennies, unfortunately. I got it delivered because I was at work and I was lazy. And I was panicking when I got home because it wasn't there at my doorstep. I put a note saying leave it at my neighbour's, and it wasn't there, and I waited and waited and waited, and it didn't come until about 6:30. So,
flip.
Yeah, and the worst thing is, though, I didn't have enough time to set it up because I had to go out and see Carrie. So...
See, that's probably why you weren't such a fan of Carrie, because the whole time you were watching it, you were sitting going, there's a PS4 at home, there's a PS4 at home, and I have to sit here and watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a hard life.
Well, speak for yourself, Ruth.
Well, tell us about the PS4 then.
Firstly, it shocked me how small it is, because it is really tiny. It's not a very large console at all.
What size is it in comparison to, say, the original release of the PS3?
It's about just over half the size of it.
Half the size of the original PS3?
Yeah.
Wow, so would that even put it smaller than this PS3 Slim?
Yeah, slightly smaller than the PS3 Slim.
So it's around about the size of the PS3 Super Slim that was released...
yeah, around about that, yeah.
Wow, that is tiny.
Mm.
It is tiny.
And if size mattered, that would be a problem. But anyway, as we all know, it doesn't.
But it doesn't now.
Yeah. Ruth.
If you compare it to the Xbox One, because the Xbox One has a power brick as well.
Right.
Now,
a power brick, for those who don't know, that is essentially a massive, gigantic box thing. That's
is the technical term.
Yeah, that's connected in the flex that goes into the plug.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, what Microsoft decided to do, that is, they decided to design the power brick like the console.
Okay.
Yeah, they've done that also with the Xbox 360 because they've launched an Xbox 360 Go, which is a smaller version of the Xbox 360, which looks like the Xbox One.
Right.
Yeah, I know, strange. Weird. But yeah, it doesn't have a power brick, the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
all internal. It has the same hard drive as the Xbox One. It's more powerful than the Xbox One, yet it's smaller than that and it's much lighter than that because I've used both Xbox One and PlayStation 4 because at my work I'm able to actually use the latest technology. So I've had a go on the Xbox One and I don't like it. The controller is too big and it just didn't seem to. I just didn't like it at all. The Kinect is ugly. You could beat somebody with that and it'd still look ugly.
I'll bet you could.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4 has really impressed me. The pad is a nice size. You can grip on it really nicely.
Right, okay. And what about the controller?
That as well. Yeah, the features on it is really nice. It's got a speaker in the controller itself. So
Okay.
if you play games like Resogun, which is a free game.
So that's kind of similar to the Wii and the Nunchuck for it, because it had a little speaker
Yeah,
in it
but
too.
the problem with the Wii, though, is that the speaker wasn't very good at all. It was very mumbly. It was like listening to music through a pair of mono headphones. Like, or the headphones that Apple normally put with their products, apart from the newer ones. So, but with this one, it's actually quite good quality out of it. If you play a game called Resogun, which is, like I said, it's a free title, you get some of the orders sent to you through the speaker in the controller, and you can hear it. It's really crystal clear.
Is that not a little bit confusing though during gameplay?
No, because I think what they do is that you can reduce the volume in it if you want, and then increase the volume of the person speaking in the game itself from your TV screen. Or you can, it actually sort of like increases the volume in the pad, but reduces the volume in the game itself.
Oh, okay.
So it does that automatically. So it's nicely handled. The thumbsticks are really well designed. They sort of like got a little raise bit on it, so your thumbs don't slip off them that much.
Right. And are they bigger or smaller than the ones that were on the PS3? Careful now.
They're about the same size, but it seems to be much more better to hold it because your thumb seems to rest on the top much more easier.
Ah, okay. Now, a big issue I would have with the controller is the fact that there's no select button, no start button, and is there a home button on this one?
No, there's an options button and a share button. The options button is your start button. There is
Right.
no select button. Your share button is the button that you press and it records the last, I think it's 8 minutes of gameplay that you've played, and then you can upload it.
Oh, cool. Because obviously with the PS4 now and the Xbox One, there's a big focus on social media and social interaction. Have you experimented with those new features yet?
I haven't because my broadband's pretty bad, to be honest, and so you need a decent upload speed, and mine's not very good at all. It would just be really bad to look at. But from what I've heard, you've got the integration of Twitch and Ustream into the PlayStation 4, and it works brilliantly from what I've heard. It's just practically a couple of button presses, and you're instantly streaming.
All right. Fair enough. So talk us through the whole setup of it, like from literally taking it out of the box to setting it all up to getting it connected to your TV and ready to play a game. Like, is it easy? Is it hard? The voice you're currently hearing is that of Mark Savage with a face like thunder.
He's ready to
Maybe
kill us.
I had to come and rescue this show, damn it!
Yeah, keep talking, Stuart. Keep talking.
Yeah,
We're not
it's
doing that
trying to keep the
badly.
Titanic afloat. Anyway. So what's it like to set up?
It's really easy. It's exactly the same way of setting up a PlayStation 3. To be honest, you've only just got the HDMI lead, which it can run at 4K resolution. So it's a 4K HDMI lead that you get. Plug it into the back of your PlayStation 4, into the back of your television, plug the power lead in, switch it on, download the first update, which is 1.51, which enables most of the features on the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, if you don't have broadband internet connection, you will not get some of the features, including Blu-ray playback, which is a bit strange. Unlike the Xbox One, though, you get no features whatsoever. So if you've got no broadband when you get the Xbox One home, if you can't download the first update, you can't even play games on it. So with this, you can, but you need the first update to be able to do most of the features. But it's really simple. Updates are quicker on this one, so the update only took about 10 minutes to do. Features, what I love, there is, when you have to install games on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And with this, you can install games and play them at the same time. So I was playing
that's
Battlefield
handy.
4, and I didn't even realize it was actually installing it. I didn't even, because I was expecting an installation screen to come up and waiting for about an hour. But I was playing through the first level of Battlefield 4, and near to the end of it, I got a message pop up saying game installed. so it installs while you're playing the game.
Fair enough. Now, you say you got Battlefield 4. Did you get any other games with it?
Yeah, I got Battlefield 4, Lego Marvel Superheroes, which is just a joy. I love it. It's fantastic. Call of Duty Ghosts, and because you need PlayStation Plus to be able to play it online, you get 2 free games. Resogun, which is an isometric shooter, which is just, it shows off the PlayStation 4 to its fullest. It's absolutely gorgeous. And a game called Contrast, which is sort of like an old-fashioned platform adventure game. So I got all of those 5 games with it.
Have you played all of them?
Yes.
Alrighty, well, we'll wrap up here. So, to quickly talk through each one of the games. Just give us your overall thoughts on it. What do you think? Would you definitely recommend it, like, each game?
Yeah, Battlefield 4 is gorgeous. From what I've heard, the online stuff is broken, but it's supposedly broken on every console. And EA, what they've done is they've decided to delay all the DLC, and they concentrate on all the things that are broken with the game itself. So I've not tried the multiplayer, but the single player is absolutely gorgeous to look at. It flows quite well. It's more like your Michael Bay action film. Call of Duty Ghosts have sort of like made it a bit more subdued, so a bit more less the over-the-top explosions this time. I'm not sure if it suits the game itself, but I'll play through it even though I'm not a huge fan of the Call of Duty games. Resogun, I think, is a gorgeous isometric shooter. It's a very old school one, so it harkens back to the days of things like Strider and games like that. It's got a very old-fashioned feel to it, but it's gorgeous to look at. Contrast is an old-fashioned adventure-style game, so the 2 games that you get for free feel very old school, but brought up into the 21st century. And my pick of the bunch is Lego Marvel. It's just a genius fun game. You've got over 150 Marvel characters in that game, and you can control every single one of them. And it's full of quips, and it's just got the Lego feel to it.
Right, okay, fair enough. So you would definitely recommend picking up a PS4 console?
Yeah, you'll not be able to, though, because it's sold out. It's sold
Okay.
2.2 million units worldwide. It's sold 250,000 in its first 24 hours in the UK, beating the Xbox One by 100,000. It's actually the fastest selling debut console of all time.
So take that, Microsoft.
Beaten, would you believe, the PSP?
Wow.
Because it was the PSP that was the fastest selling one, 170,000 units that was sold for that. But
And we're impressed by this? Come on.
yeah, it's a brilliant console, but you'll not be able to pick one up.
Right, okay, so definitely don't ask for one for Christmas this year because
Yeah,
you ain't going to get one.
it's the same with the Xbox One. And just before I go, there was a story that came out there today about a 19-year-old who bid on supposedly an Xbox One on eBay, spent £450, and what he was sent was a picture of it.
Oh, whack.
Lovely.
Heartbroken.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, you 19-year-old Xbox fan.
Yeah.
Read the notes carefully.
Indeed. Righto, well, that's all the time we've got for Stuart. Stuart, I can't hear a thing. What happened?
Can you hear now?
No, it's
Not
gone
better?
dead. There we go.
Wow.
We're back now. Technical flaws.
Just because you're deaf.
The flying monkeys have gone mad.
Sorry, I didn't say
no,
anything.
I'm the blind one, okay? I'm not the deaf one here.
Yeah, well, it's not enhancing your
Yet.
hearing anyway.
What? I'm deaf in the heed. Deaf in the heed.
But the blindness
Yes.
isn't enhancing
Anyway,
your hearing.
Stuart,
anyway.
you still with us?
I am indeed.
Brilliant. Right, so for anybody out there who wants to check out your insanely brilliant work on the Monday Movie Show, where can they find you?
Following the Nerd is one of the best places to get us, because the
I would
show
agree.
itself, thanks to the brilliant Marc, who's in the background there,
He's grinning away. He loves it.
he puts it up on the site lickety-split.
I'll bet he
To be
does.
honest.
I'll bet he does.
The artwork is just totes me as balls.
Yeah, I've just fell in love with the banners that he's put up over this year. They've just been absolutely spectacular. The way he melds them together is just genius. And now his head has probably grown 1,000,000 times the size. It's,
I was
Do
used
the
to
two of
say-
you just want to kiss and get it over with? Because seriously,
yeah. So you can catch us on following. You can get the show on Following the Nerd. We go live 7:30 every week on Spreaker.
fair enough. Right, okay. Well, Stuart, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, and I'm sure we'll have you back next week to talk movies again.
You will do indeed.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, Stuart.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Richard Hatch, not the Survivor guy, but the one, the only, the Battlestar Galactica Tom Zary, Captain Apollo guy, and you are listening to The Nerd.